Hello, friends, welcome to Chef Lara's channel. Today I will show you how to make a very delicious and soft chocolate cake with many layers. So let's start our work. Before starting the recipe, subscribe to the channel and click like. We remind you not to forget to turn on the bell. 2 cups of sugar, 5 eggs, 160 grams of honey, 200 grams of margarine, 40 grams of cocoa, 2 teaspoons of baking soda. Put the container in a water bath. After transferring the water to the bath, turn on the fire and wait until it boils. After it boils, we cook our ingredients on low heat for another 20 minutes so that they melt well. When we put the ingredients on a water bath, we constantly stir them. Then the process of melting the products will be easy. After 20 minutes in the water bath, our ingredients double in size. It's ready. Now we take the pan off the heat and let it cool a little. After the mixture cools down a little, that is, after our hand reaches the point where it is not cooked, we add the flour that was sifted in advance. The amount of our flour is around 800 to 900 grams. Now it will be possible to increase or decrease depending on the quality of the flour. As much as possible, high-grade flour should be used for baking. Depending on the state of the dough, the amount of flour may be reduced or slightly increased. Approximately 900 grams, 1 kilogram of flour is used for this dough. First, we mix the flour with the help of a wooden spoon, then we knead it until the end with the help of our hands. The dough will not be too hard, it will be softer and will not stick to our hands. Our dough is ready, now we will divide it into 8 or 10 equal pieces. Let's divide the dough into pieces of the same size. I got 10 pieces in total. Now we put these doughs in a bowl. Cover it with a plastic wrap and leave it to rest in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. Now we will start rolling out the dough one by one. So that the dough does not stick, we sprinkle flour and roll it out thinly using a rolling pin. We spread it as thin as possible. We roll out our sheet in a larger form according to its size. Then cut the finished dough using a template, attach the dough from the sides, and finally bake them. Our first dough is ready. Now we will hit this dough with a fork so that it does not get hot when it is cooked. After that, we will transfer the finished dough to a sheet with baking paper and bake the cakes for 6 to 7 minutes at 200 degrees. The top and bottom of the oven should be lit at the same time. And bake your oven again. I baked all the dough. I got 11 cakes in total. Now we're going to make a cream to collect for. For the cream you need 1 liter of cream, 400 grams of sugar, 150 grams of Moloko, condensed milk, and 5 grams of vanillin. After mixing all the ingredients well, we start mixing. At first, we whip our mixer at a low speed. After the cream and other ingredients are slightly mixed, we continue to whip the mixer at a high speed. I remind you that the whole cream Moloko should be like ice. Then your cream, your creamy cream, will not rot. Mix for about 7 to 8 minutes and the cream will be ready. Now we start assembling the cake. Put the first piece of cake on top of the prepared cream as much as needed and spread it evenly on the surface of the cake. After that we put the second cake bread and spread cream again. In the same sequence, we roll out all the cakes. As you can see, our cream is not too hard. It is better if the cream is more liquid for this cake. Then the taste of the cream will be absorbed into the bread of the cake, and the cake will be soft and delicious. Here we are covering the layers of our cake with cream. This is the last layer of the cake. Now we will spread cream on the top and sides of our cake. Now we will put our cake aside and prepare the glaze to pour on the surface of the cake. For this we need a pot. We put a glass of sugar in a saucepan, that is 200 grams, then we put 3 tablespoons of full cocoa. Now we will mix this sugar and cocoa well. Now we will add 100 milliliters of milk and mix all 3 products until they are of the same mass, so that the dough does not stick. Now we put our pot on gas and cook it on a low gas flame. After the mass comes to a boil, add 50 g of butter. After boiling the glaze for about 3 minutes, we add 100 grams of dark chocolate, and after it melts, we put the pot on the fire and melt it a little. After the glaze is warm, pour it over the cake and smooth it with a spatula. If the glaze is poured hot, it may run off the surface of the cake. Therefore, it is poured slightly cooler. Now we have poured the glaze on the surface of the cake. Now we will cover the sides of the cake with cream. Now we will decorate the cake. I used jelly for decoration. I drew lines on the surface of the cake with white and black jelly. You can buy jelly at a pastry shop. Now we have poured the jelly. Now we will draw lines from the surface of the cake using a wooden stick. If we use the stick as much as possible, our lines will be more beautiful. Friends, our cake is ready. As you can see, it is very beautiful and tall. Now we leave this cake to cool in a cool room for 5 or 6 hours. Friends, let's cut the string. See how the knife cuts the cake. The softness of the cake is known. The taste is very sweet. If you try it, you won't regret it at all. Friends, if the recipe was useful to you, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on the bell so you don't miss the next videos. I'm waiting for your comments about the video. Please support us and click like to develop the channel. Thank you all very much. Goodbye and stay healthy.